Back everybody on my YouTube channel. Today we'll be discussing about lines. Last video we discussed about all the elements of design. Means we have just introduced to you all that what are the elements of design, and now our my upcoming videos will be all about different types of elements of design being discussed in broad aspect, or you can say discussed in detail. So the first is lines. Now let us see what is a line. Line is basically the most important or the root of any type of element of design. For example, if we think about that, a shape cannot be drawn without a line. A line has to be drawn, then only a shape can be converted, a shape can be made. Or for example, if you want to use color can also not be used without there is anything on the paper or maybe anywhere. Not only we are using on paper or pen, with a paper or a pen, let us take into real life examples. For example, everything around you right now, you can find a line or the other in any type of thing which is all around you. A table, a chair, first of all it was a line has been converted into a shape has been converted into a form. So you have a table, a chair, etc, etc. So line is a basic or the basis or the root of any element of design, of any designing of any artist, anything. Line is a basic. So line, we have particularly we have few types of lines. For example, we can classify the lines in terms of its width, its thickness. Width means its thickness, its length, or you can say its shape, or you can say it is the way it has been used. So we can classify those lines. So on the basis of the way it has been used, its direction, we have vertical lines, we have horizontal lines, we have diagonal lines, we have zigzag lines, and we have curved lines. So zigzag and curved lines are basically into curved lines only. When the curved lines are smooth, they are known as curved lines, and when the curved lines are not smooth, they are known as zigzag lines. So particularly, let's discuss about the very first line, which is vertical line. Vertical lines are just straight standing lines which depict height. So it has height in it because it is a standing line in a straight form, so it is a vertical line. So vertical lines means each and every line has their particular element, or you can say their particular qualities in it. For example, we can visualize, we can imagine, or it creates an illusion into our design, into our art, that particular line creates a kind of illusion, it creates a sense of illusion. For example, vertical lines, since these vertical lines are standing, so they create a sense of height. The art has a height. Whatever, in whichever way you are using, you're using that particular line in sheet of paper, making a art, making a painting, or be it a garment, or you're making in a garment. If you're using the vertical lines, you will feel a length, you'll have a feeling of length. And not only in terms of print, you have to print it and then show the line. You can also use different techniques which can be put into garment construction. For example, you can use pin-tucks, you can use any type of other things like tucks can be there, darts can be there, or any type of tr cutting method also can be used, so which can be used, incorporated into your garment in the form of a vertical straight standing line, or these vertical. And then the next thing is horizontal lines. Horizontal, in contrast we have are the straight, similar to the vertical lines. These are straight lines. It can be zigzag also, vertically zigzag proven, but let's discuss about just vertical lines here. Horizontal lines. So horizontal lines show width as it is sitting or just laying down lines. So they have a feeling, they have illusion, they create an illusion of being having more width. So wherever, in any art form, in any interior designing, in fashion designing, any of the designing, if anybody wants to use or if anybody wants to show more width, so these horizontal lines can be used in that place. Then we have another, which are diagonal lines. Diagonal lines are the lines which are, you all know, diagonal lines are slanting lines. So since they are slanting lines, always already they have a movement, because they're coming from up to down or down to up. So when we talk about all of that and you visually think about that, so they already have a movement in it. So whenever you want to use somewhere movement, or you want to show somewhere movement, you want to make your eye move from here to there in your art or in your garment, in anything, you can use these diagonal lines. Then we have the zigzag lines or the curved lines. Curved lines and zigzag lines are also particularly, they also have a movement, because of course they are moving, your eyes move. But whenever we see, in contrast, whenever we see the horizontal lines or the vertical lines, since there is no such movement, they have movement but less movement they have, because your eyes can be still looking at a vertical line or at a horizontal lines. But with the zigzag lines, with the diagonal lines, or with the curved lines, they have more movement, because your eyes tend to move in the way they are moving, because zigzag, so you know now, just one slant, then this way, then this and that. So in this way your eye is being moved. That's why they have more movement, or maybe it in a curve, there is a more movement in that. So that's why at places where you want to show more movement, we tend to use zigzag lines or the curved lines. Zigzag lines are the lines which are basically harsh, because they have a stop at every point. One zig and zag, when you do, you have a stop, which is pointy stop you have at every point. So that's why these are we can use these zigzag lines at the places in your art forms, in the way when you want to show the harsh things, when you want to stop the eye for a bit, you want to stop the eye at the arc of that zigzag line. But when you smoothly want to move your eye, then you can use the curves. That is why in a very basic form, when we were kids, we used to draw that scenery. So we used to draw the mountains. They were pointy arcs, because of course you need to stop the eyes. Mountains are meant to make your eyes stop there. So we make mountains with zigzag lines. You must all have drawn that. And when we want to show the water, since water has a smooth movement, we use the curve lines, which is a smooth curves line. So this is the basic, and the basic means or the importance of all the particular lines. And these all lines can be used by any of the art form. I mean, any designer who is an interior designer, fashion designer, an artist, anyone can use these lines in their particular way, because they have their qualities and it is being used till today. So it'll be very nice if you go through a picture, a photograph, and have a look in that how the lines are being used by the nature, or by any of the interior designer, or by any of the architect, because every designer uses such lines. So I hope you all have gone a bit idea of the lines. I'll be happy if you like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.